name is Bryan. I'm the artist behind 776 Studios on Instagram. I'm from Linden, New Jersey. I am a digital artist slash traditional artist.
Hi, my name is Haley. I'm the artist behind Solitary Gemini Studios. I usually go by Dance Betty as my artist name. I'm a multimedia artist. I do acrylics, I do digital art, I do slow fashion. Every type of fabric and medium I can get into, I really do. And I just started pottery, so. And I'm from Linden, New Jersey. So my art usually and my style is a lot based on cartoons from when I was younger, like the Courage the Cowardly Dog style, where everything's very simple, it doesn't have too many 3D shapes to it, but it's just simple and positive.
An artist I look up to a lot on Instagram is Christopher Lobel. I love his art. He does a lot of dark fantasy, which I tapped into a lot in high school. I used to do a lot of monster creating that originates for me really liking creatures and stuff like that, like dinosaurs. I used to be on this dinosaur board. Freshman year of high school, my teacher gave me that name. Ever since then, I tapped a lot into spirituality, which basically influenced a lot of my work nowadays.
My process is totally just show up to a blank canvas and whatever color I'm feeling in that moment, that's the background. Wherever we're gonna keep going with that, just keep going. And I usually don't even know where. This one started where it was just orange and I did a pink dot in the middle, and that was gonna be it could have been a moon, it could have been anything else, maybe it could be a raspberry. I was just coming up with random stuff, and then it just slowly became this little creature, moon looking into the, into the sunset, and then just started drawing things on. It just felt good. It's just simple. Here we're at.
My process is completely different. I try to, I usually have a block for 2-3 weeks, and then a thought idea comes to mind, and then I either start sketching it or start painting right away. And then I usually hate negative space on a canvas, so I try to fill it with whatever I can. So I love mushrooms, I love nature, so whatever comes to mind, whatever I think is gonna look good in the long run, I just start adding, subtracting, adding, which usually ends up coming the way it does.
So my space, I actually have a designated studio space that it's just straight up it's just empty space, and it's all set up, and I hated it. So I actually brought all my art stuff I actually brought it to my room, because my room is this aesthetic. So the whole room is lava lamped out and these different vibes, and it's my space. And I feel my art, my fashion, everything I do is this aesthetic. So being in that little room that I built into this little vibe, and then having the lava lamps going, and then I play music, I love Tyler the Creator, so I have him playing all the time, going through that, and then just creating what daydreams come along with the music a lot of times too. So that's kind of how my space works. I always end up in that space.
I actually lived in the Dominican Republic. I grew up there, and I was always a nature boy. Age 5 years old, used to always go on adventures. I used to be always outside with my friends, and I used to love dinosaurs. I used to just love animals. A lot of that reflects through my pieces, my artwork. I love nature. I love incorporating any little thing from mushroom, flower, an animal, bird, making something look ordinary. One of my pieces is a deer with a suit. I just love incorporating anything that has to do with outside to my pieces.
Honestly, this specific style that I'm doing now started in January or February this year. Because I was doing, he said, when we started talking, a lot of abstract, a lot of just paint pulls and just seeing colors together and doing stuff like that. And then recently I just started getting into more details of getting more comfortable with you're not going to ruin the painting just because you keep going. So I'm getting comfortable with doing more solid details. I still like the cartoon style, so I'm branching into more making it more more of a concrete style than just a pull.
My style is very mixed, because usually I do a lot of realistic pieces, but then recently I started dabbing into more cartoonish, more bold lines. And that originated for me diving into spirituality. I kind of just got more loose. I stopped trying to force myself to be more detailed because the artist I look up to, Christopher, he does dark fantasy and he spends literally weeks just doing one piece, and they get really detailed, and that kind of was where I got my inspiration from. So that's how I could replicate what he was doing, so I just kind of went my own route. And I kind of found the middle ground where I'm happy with the detail, but also it looks simple enough where like, okay, I like this.
I have this little mini blow dryer that my mom gave me, and it's literally like a travel size blow dryer, and I'll like plug it in, I'll be sitting there like trying to get it to go a little faster, like trying to do more codes, let's keep going, like trying to get there, and like that part I hate because it's just like I'm waiting just to start doing my stuff. But then like it's always the end result. I always take this final picture on my easel of all my paintings when they're done, and having that moment of like taking the picture and it's done and it looks so cool, and like now I can finally like show somebody like this is what I pictured in my head, this is what it is now. Here now you can like hold it. It's the NFT.
Yeah, my process is very similar to her. It's like, for example, when you're trying to grow your hair and you go to the awkward stage. So like when you're laying down your basic colors, it's very frustrating because like you don't know exactly where this is gonna go until you actually find that niche where like, okay, I see where this is. I see my vision coming to fruition. So not until like you get to that stage, everything's kind of iffy. Sometimes like I just stop painting just because like, I just don't like what's coming out. But usually, the more detail I add to my paintings, the more I can actually start to enjoy the process and get excited. And obviously, the final result is always the best.
If you want to follow me and check out more of my art, you can check me out at Van's Betty, at Solitary Gemini Studio, and at Otley Brood on Instagram. And then from there, like the links are there. You can check out the rest of my stuff if you want to like dive a little deeper.
My portfolio, it's on at 77 Mystic Studio. That's my art page, and for my personal, it's at Bryan JD2. So keep up with what I do. I usually post up my art mainly on my studio page. But, yeah.